Forget overnight successes. This is the untold story of Daniel, a man who spent 10 years fighting, failing, and rising again until he built the Legacy Project, a business that not only secured his family's future, but also gave jobs and hope to others in his community. And as you listen, I want you to think of your own dream. Because Daniel's journey proves one thing: the impossible becomes possible when you refuse to quit. Before we dive in, pause for a moment. What's your legacy project? What is the dream that burns so deeply in your chest it won to let you sleep at night? Hold it close as we step into Daniel's story. Daniel grew up in a small town where opportunity was scarce. His father worked at a noisy factory. His mother sold vegetables by the roadside. Life was hard, but Daniel carried a quiet fire. At night, while others slept, he'd sit under the stars whispering to himself, "One day, I'll build something bigger than myself. One day, I'll create something that outlives me." At 19, he attended a community lecture that changed everything. The speaker said, "If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough." Those words pierced him. He walked home with his mind racing. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "My dream is to build the Legacy Project, a business that feeds families, creates jobs, and changes lives." That was the spark. Daniel knew dreams needed structure, so he broke it down into steps. He read books on business. He studied people who had built companies from nothing. He saved every coin he could, but chasing a big dream meant sacrifice. He stopped going out late with friends. He turned down steady jobs that didn't align with his vision. His uncle mocked him, saying, "Stop chasing smoke." Friends drifted away. His own father begged him to take a real job. Still, Daniel kept going. His first business idea? A small shop. It collapsed in 6 months. All his savings gone. His second, a supply business. His partner betrayed him, running away with the money. Each failure hurt, but Daniel reminded himself, this is the price of building a legacy. The storms only grew heavier. At 24, his mother fell ill. All his savings went into hospital bills. At 26, another business attempt fell apart when his supplier scammed him. At 28, Daniel almost gave up. He spent nights staring at the ceiling, whispering, "Maybe this dream is too big. Maybe I'm not meant for it." But in those darkest hours, he remembered the boy under the stars, making promises to himself. He couldn't betray that boy. So Daniel adapted. He took smaller jobs to survive, but never stopped saving, never stopped learning. He studied failures like textbooks. He became sharper, wiser, tougher. Every storm shaped him. Every scar became a teacher. 10 years after he wrote those words in his notebook, Daniel tried again. This time he launched a small version of the Legacy Project, starting with just one rented shop, 2 workers, and a mountain of lessons. The first month, sales were weak. The second month, a little better. By the third month, something amazing happened. Profit. Customers came back. Word spread about his honesty and quality. Slowly, the Legacy Project grew. 1 shop turned into 2, 2 into 5. Within a few years, Daniel employed dozens of people from his community, the same people who once doubted him. One morning, Daniel stood in front of his office building, watching his staff arrive for work. He closed his eyes and whispered, "This is it. The Legacy Project is real." Daniel's dream had come alive. His parents no longer struggled. Young men and women in his town now had jobs. Families were fed because of the dream he refused to give up on. But Daniel realized something even deeper. The true treasure wasn't the buildings or money. It was the man he became through the struggle, the resilience, the wisdom, the faith. And he didn't stop there. Because dreams don't end, they evolve. Daniel started planning schools, scholarships, and bigger opportunities for the next generation. Now it's your turn. What's your legacy project? What's the dream that seems too far, too heavy, too impossible? Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start where you are. Fail, learn, adapt, and keep going. Because one day, someone will tell your story, and they'll say, "This is the person who refused to quit. This is the person who built their own legacy." So if Daniel's decade-long fight has stirred something in you, hit that like button, share this story with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe for more powerful stories that remind you the impossible is waiting for you to claim it. Your dream is waiting. The only question is, will you fight for it, Bill?